Hi everyone, welcome to Life Interrupted. I'm Astrid Martinez, your host. Life is hard, but you don't have to do it alone. Each week, we'll talk about those moments in life that shake us, that shape us. But ultimately, if we let them, they can lead us exactly to where we're meant to be. This podcast is here to share stories, to offer support, and to remind you to trust the process and embrace the beauty in chaos. Today's episode is for the person who feels like they are outgrowing everything. Maybe their job, the city, the career that they've planned out for themselves since they were little, their friends, their loved one, or just themselves. That job that you so loved maybe now feels heavy and it doesn't really sit well with you anymore. That relationship that you thought would last forever, but it no longer fits. That city that used to feel like home, but suddenly you can't stand being in there for one more second. Even that version of yourself that you worked so hard to become, you don't recognize that person anymore. So here's what I want you to know, and something that took me years to understand and to accept: that you are allowed to grow and evolve, and you don't need to ask anyone for permission or for the right timing. And guess what? You don't have to feel guilty about it. It's like when companies rebrand. It's not a failure, it's an upgrade. They saw what worked. Maybe they got to a certain point of growth and now they're on to something better. And you are allowed to do that with yourself as well. You don't need permission from your family, from society, from your partner, from your best friend, from your siblings, from your kids. And yes, your evolution may confuse some people. It may even scare parts of yourself, but that doesn't mean that you are wrong. It is natural to evolve, to outgrow relationships and situations. Now, this process can both be freeing, but it can both be terrifying because it is an end and it's a beginning. But it's a necessary part of transformation. Now, here's another part that we don't talk about enough when we're going through growth and through an evolution. There is grief. You have to say goodbye to this old version of yourself. And maybe you're not quite sure of the new version that's coming yet. So you're not really saying hello yet. You don't have something to look forward to, but you do have to mourn and say goodbye to yourself. So have some grace, because you've accustomed yourself to who you were. The achiever who measured their worth in productivity. The people pleaser who sacrificed themselves to make everyone else comfortable. Or the strong one who carried everything alone. Now, those versions of you that you want to let go of, they're not failures. Make peace with that. They are actually protectors. They got you to where you're at right now. They got you through the storms. They kept you alive. And that version of you deserves honor. But they're not who you're becoming. So we grieve them and we thank them and we say goodbye. Thank you, next. Because familiar doesn't always mean safe. It could also mean stuck. Okay, so here we get to the part where I give you some tools. Practice saying no. You don't need an essay. Just no. You don't owe anyone a PowerPoint presentation of where you want your life to go next. Decline invitations, set boundaries, resist that urge to over-explain why you don't like certain things anymore. You don't have to be rude. There is this muscle that you work, this self-strength muscle, that every time you advocate for yourself, every time you say no without an apology, keeps growing stronger and stronger. Number 2, update your inner circle. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your transformation, especially if they're questioning you, if they're making you doubt yourself, if they're not making you feel good. Share your vision with the people who love you and support you, and create distance from those that keep trying to pull you back to an old version of yourself. Maybe you were the one who's toxic and now you outgrew that version of yourself and you don't want to be reminded of the things that you feel a little bit embarrassed or shameful about. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it's sacred. Also, number 3, revisit your self-contract. Many of us are still living by contracts that we made to ourselves a long time ago. I'll always stay in this career. I'll chase this career for the rest of my life. I always want to be in this city. I'm going to be with this person till the end of time. I'm the strong one. I don't ask for help. Tear those old contracts up. Oh, one thing I do want to mention is that we need to normalize the pivots. We glorify people who reinvent themselves and become this amazing, successful, person, entrepreneur, businesswoman, creator, athlete, but we glorify them once they've made it. Evolution doesn't need success, quote unquote, success measured by society standards, to justify it. Pivots are normal, applaud them. And there's this quote that I love that really gives me chills every time I read it. And it goes, I'll read. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. So let that be today. Let that be your permission to blossom, to surprise yourself, to step into a new dream, to step into a new you, to stop explaining and start living. Because you are allowed to change, not when it makes sense or when it's convenient to everyone else, but to you. Thank you so much for listening to Life Interrupted. I am your host, Astrid Martinez. If you liked today's message, Please like below. Please share with anyone else that you think can really benefit from what we had to say today. And please subscribe. You can also email us at lifeinterruptedtalks@gmail.com. In the meantime, remember to trust the process and embrace the beauty in chaos.